Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Vanguard Tactics. I'm Stephen Box. Once again, I'm live for another questions. So if you are new to the channel, then welcome. And what I do at 6 o'clock every day is answer your 40k related questions. So if you're into Warhammer 40k, maybe you're just starting out, maybe you're getting back into the hobby, or maybe you want to take your game to that next level, then please ask any burning questions that you have, rules, queries, and I'll do my best to give you my best answer. Now, just to give a little bit about myself, I've played 40k for the last couple of years. Since the sort of dawn of 8th edition, I used to play when I was much younger, but came back into it. And I've got a very, I suppose, good track record in the competitive scene. Currently doing very, very well with the Blood Angels. I'm very fortunate enough to have done very well at my last events, and I'm currently the #1 Blood Angel player in the world. Don't know how long that will last for, but yeah, and I also own the Vanguard Tactics Academy, which is a year-long course to help accelerate your knowledge of the game so that you can feel comfortable and confident at the tabletop. And it's basically like an open university course. There will be a graduation ceremony when this COVID-19's out for those people that also graduate from the course, and loads of cool stuff. We've got a fantastic community and have helped hundreds of people by now actually improve their 40k ability and skills. So welcome, to Vanguard Tactics, basically. So I know there's been a few new people joined. If you're listening, you're thinking, why is Steve talking about this? We know this already. Well, there's been a lot of new people join the channel and subscribed because of my most recent video, which is where I covered every single faction in detail and gave you like a really good overview, hopefully, so of what each of those kind of can do. So anyway, what have I been up to today? Been a really, really busy Sunday, actually. As you guys know, I work a lot. And by now, so Sundays are not a day off for me. I do need to take a day off. I keep saying this, but I did an amazing interview with the one and only Slazbag. His new name, Slazbag, Rich Kilton. Okay, if you're wondering why I'm calling him Slazbag, then you will realize when you listen to that recording, we had an epic and really, really enjoyable recording where we spoke about orcs. Rich is one of the top orc players in the world, and we really went into like some of the things that Psychic Awakening has brought, some of the things that he's learned over the years by playing orcs for, I think, since 1991. Yeah, he started playing when I was 3 years old. Yeah, so yeah. And as Brian said in the chat, he's an absolute gent. He really is. So it was probably one of the funniest recordings we've ever done. And I can't wait to get that edited and recorded. So we recorded that earlier. What else have I done today? I washed my car. It was something I've been putting off for ages, but hoovered, cleaned, polished the whole thing. So it was about time it got done. So I got that. And it's a boiling hot day, so you can probably see I'm a little bit hotter than usual, so I decided to go outside and make the most of that and get some sort of fresh air and vitamin D. And then for this morning, I did some more slides for worked on the PowerPoint presentations that I deliver, and they don't even look like PowerPoint presentations anymore. They look unreal. So I did that for Psychic Awakening and the stratagem episode for the Space Marine module that I'm working on at the moment. And then I've just recorded 2 new videos for the Space Marines. So the stratagems, I think it's about a half an hour lesson, and then the units took me over an hour to go through every single unit, and I've coordinated every single one, what it's good against, its battlefield role, the threat range of it. So if you want a good deep dive knowledge of the Space Marines, then that is the module, and I'm going to do that for every single faction. It's going to be a hell of a task, but yeah, I need to lie down now. So I've literally been talking straight since 2 o'clock, whether it's talking to Rich or recording straight away. So I haven't stopped talking since then, and my mouth is getting a little bit sore. Yeah, so let's dive into the chat and see if you guys got any questions. So welcome Joaquin, Jack, Revs, Scarecrow, howdy from Texas, how you doing? Robert, Treetop, Tarantulas, Wayne, Brian, how you doing? How do I win more than 10% of the time? Well, you know what you need to do. You know it. You need to roll better. You know, that's what it all comes down to, right? Just roll more sixes, apparently. Yeah. But yeah, Brian, we need to have a little look at your list. Obviously, using the AdMech at the moment, he plays against some very competitive and very good players as well. So the AdMech, we're just trying to Brian knows it as well. We are doing some real experiments with his list, seeing what's working, what's not, throwing out some different random stuff. So yeah, he's going to get stomped a lot when you're in that experimental phase. So, Prime Marley, how you doing? Stephen Carpenter, how you doing? Scott, Stephen, I need to learn how to beat Tau. Well, the person you need to speak to about that is Jack, or maybe me, because I'm normally playing Jack. So, yeah, depends. What army are you using? Using the new list, Stephen, that we put together, and I don't want to talk about it because it is crazy experimental. But yeah, what list are you using? Which one? I don't feel right, so I feel like I need my hat on, you know. It's way too hot to wear a hat. Brian said, oh, Night of the Day, 33, made it, well done. Robert, how viable is Marine chapter that you make yourself? How good? Oh, very, very, very. Like if you're using the Space Marine book, again, there's an entire lesson which goes on for an hour about how good these are, the combinations from the custom chapters. And what I did on that lesson as well is I made a grid system and I paired them all up. So I'm like, right, if you like this style, play style, then these are the two that you pick. And I paired them all up for different reasons as well. So yeah, I go into each one, the most competitive ones, which ones are maybe a red herring, which are quite fluffy, but maybe not super competitive. So obviously on the academy, I go for steer people towards what's the most sort of optimal competitive choice, where you can still get loads of flavor from that army as well. Okay, but yeah, definitely very competitive, and probably sometimes even more competitive than the regular chapters. So, Galileo, must be, yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm so bad at names. Galileo. Thoughts on best weapon loadouts for Iron Hands intercessors, and what use for close combat units in a gun line? So, good option is the Stalker heavy bolt rifle. I still think they're great. That turn 1 alpha is so strong. In heavy bolt, that, you know, put a chapter master in, you're good to go, even when you're moving forward, and then just chuck a Thunderhammer on each of your sergeants. The Burning Blade's got a good little relic if you want to put that on a captain. Yeah. And then Assault Centurion's a great little counterpunch. Very good. And work well in Iron Hands as well. Brian said by lie down he means playing COD. No, I haven't played any COD today. Yeah. Then Valet, damn, why is this the same time as the AOS battle report? Well, you have to choose, aren't you? Oh, Art of War battle report. Just is. Mine's always at 6 o'clock. Always. Been doing it now for 34 days. So there we have it, look. But those guys are great as well. I'm good friends with Nick. So yeah, if you want to go and check out their battle report, go and check it out. And I will not be offended. You can always come back and listen to this whenever you want as well. So I enjoyed the last video you did. Really helped me figure out how to deal with other factions. Perfect, mate. That's exactly what it's about, you know. David said, what's my favorite COD game? Capture the Flag, without a shadow of a doubt. I just feel like it's very tactical, especially in your teams. You know, you can be like attacking, defending. It's really, really good. Yeah. And if you die, you've only got to wait 10 seconds, which I die a lot. So waiting like the entire round literally kills me. So yeah, Capture the Flag is where it's at for us. We play that literally all the time. Yeah, Brian definitely needs Engine War to come out for his AdMech. Owen Cook, hello mate. Trying to make Raven Guard work without using Centurions. Do you think it can work? Yeah. Look at Plasma Inceptors. Look at Aggressors. Yeah. Eliminators. Good choices. Good choices. Waz has said, evening Stephen, sorry I'm late. Waz, Sanctum Imperial. I sent you a mail. When you get a chance to have a look at it. Hope you're staying safe. I did see your email. I did see that. I just haven't had time to reply to many people's emails lately. I've been absolutely overwhelmed by emails, and the sheer amount of volume that I'm doing of editing and basically rebranding my entire business is not an easy feat. So yeah, it's just been all hands on deck with editing basically, and then running the community as well in the academy. So that all comes first. And then any sort of other time I'll get for any ad hoc extra bits, then I'll try to do that as well. But I'm a one-man band currently, so yeah, I'm working easily 12-hour days, 7 days a week, just to try and get through everything. Henrik has said, hello there, Mark Hancock from Cape Town, South Africa. How you doing? Nice. I used to actually live in Cape Town for about 4 months. I lived in Cape Town. I live just under the Lionheads Mountain. Beautiful, beautiful place, and I can't wait to go back one day. I've got many friends in Cape Town. It's probably one of my favorite cities in the world. Stunning place, yeah. And the people are so nice as well. Yeah, food is just, great. I'm a real big foodie, so yeah. Primarily, have you got any plans to put specific models to be taken for a fee? Have you got any plans to put specific models to be taken for a fee? And I'm doing good, man, trim my beard back so not looking so homeless. I'm not sure what you mean by have you got any plans to put specific models to be taken for a fee? I'm not sure what you mean by that. So let me know primarily what you mean. Night of the Day 33, Blood of Baal helped me win more. Yep, definitely a good little book. Blood of Baal for Blood Angel players. Some really good things in there. Have I Wacky Wookie has said, have I missed any videos where you review the Death Watch White Dwarf? Has given us a list. Not yet. I haven't reviewed that yet. I'm still waiting for the official release from Games Workshop. As you guys know, I like to sort of stay by their release schedule. I think it's only fair to Games Workshop rather than sort of talking. And also, like, imagine that I do a whole video and it's fake. It's a fake leak. And then I just look stupid, like talking about all these combos and they're not even real. So I really try to avoid it until I get it official from Games Workshop. Yeah. And they've obviously got plans with their marketing and scheduling and products. And I want to honor that as well from GW, because those guys put a lot of work in, and the guys that work for them are so passionate. So I can imagine how frustrating it is when a leak does come out. Okay, Jack said, Mr. Box, I have never been to a tournament, but does someone check your 2,000 point list is not 2,100? Well, normally, all the lists get put live, okay? So like a few days before. So what will happen is sometimes you rock up on the day and you'll go to a table and your opponent will be right in front of you there. But lists are normally made live well in advance, so people are checking all the time. It would get flagged up probably by just the sheer volume of people probably checking, but no one officially goes through every single one. And also then when you get to the tabletop as well, again, this is why, I want to encourage people to really have a good breadth of knowledge on the academy, is so that they can come to the table and then they put it down and I'll be like, hang on a minute, mate, that looks a lot more than 2,000 points. Can we just check that and get a TO over while we do this? And, just to speed up the process, let's look at your army list, let's put it through Battlescribe, because sometimes Battlescribe is wrong. So always make sure you check things off in the back of the codex and also FAQ and erratas if there's any changes, or the most recent chapter approved. Okay, so make sure you do check if you feel like, hang on a minute, that doesn't look right, some sort of, it's a big portion right there, yeah? It's a bit like when you order a pizza from Domino's and it's like, hang on a minute, that looks a bit small, yeah? It's not the regular large size that you normally get. You know when you've got that experience. So here we go. Ravens, Crow. Oh, talking about Dark Angels versus Tau. Yeah, you're going to struggle, mate, because Tau are well good at killing you. Yeah, just if you play Tau, just go, should we just call that a game then? No, I'm joking. We'll talk about how you can do that though. But it's going to be mainly not charging. Yeah, just don't charge. Don't give them free shooting, and hide and control the board with your Terminators. That's what I would do, is push them into the midfield, hold them behind an objective, sit there, and if they get too close, charge behind cover, and then you're in. So if they want to come out and play, then yeah. But the rest of your army is going to, like those bikes, are going to be a very easy kill for your opponent. So I'd get and use them early, get them to do something, unless you can completely hide them. Yeah, or stick them at the back of your board out of line, out of range. That's the other thing to do against Tau, is just stay outside of their threat range and just play defense the whole time. But I actually had a very, very good win rate with my Deathwatch against Tau, although on paper Tau beat Deathwatch. But yeah, I just used to play very cagey against them and often let them go first as well. So you can counter deploy. That's what I'm getting at. Because they castle up in one place on the map. You just go, whoosh. Once you know which they've gone left or right, you go the opposite one, stay out of range. Yeah, and then sort of, you just don't interact. Literally, you can't kill them, so don't bother. Just control the board. Especially if you're WTC, you've got a lot more opportunity to do that than you do even with ITC. So, what have we got here? Owens was supposed to be doing my first tournament in May. Bloody COVID ruined that. Yeah, I think I've lost out on 5 majors because of COVID-19 so far, so I'm pretty gutted about that. But I'm just happy to be healthy and alive, so yeah. Could be worse. A few streams ago you mentioned how it's bad to tech to beat one specific list, but would it be good to flip that on its head and tech against what people are teching against? I.e. people killing intercessors. So what I mean is, it's bad to, when you know you're playing someone, you know what army they're taking, and then like tailoring your list to beat your mate or that guy at the club. That's just not cool sport. You know, unless they've asked Taylor to beat me, but don't do it. That's not cool. But what is cool is to go, there's a high probability that these units are going to be used at the tournament. So therefore, I'm going to have plenty of counters to that option in case I play against it. That's good tailoring, yeah? Or I know that there's lots of this unit, so I can probably anticipate a lot of that. So in fact, I'll go for a lot of this that beats that. That's also fine. But you're doing that when you're not knowing who you're going to play against. That's when it's fine to do that, because that's you're basically taking educated guesses is the probability of playing those matchups when you get to an event or a tournament. But tailoring your list to play against a mate is not cool. That's not a good option. But you should be constantly thinking about, and again, I talk about this on the academy, is like, right, if you've got this MVP unit in most of your matchups, and you know that all these units here from all these different factions are good against that unit, you need another option to counter all those options to keep your main unit alive so it can do what it wants to do. That's also a good thing to do. This sun is real bright, by the way. Michael said the newest one keeps crashing on me. Let me know what you're referring to, Mike. Shoot me a message on Discord. Does Dante's chapter master rerolls still not give you reroll 1-? No. So he's got failed hit rolls, not all hit rolls. So you can't, let's say you're -1 hit, you can't reroll 3s. Waz has said, no problem, dude. Thank you. And yeah, like I said, I really appreciate you emailing me and everything I do. Yeah, it's just been super busy, basically. Jack Popinski, you said in your also actually, Waz, I wasn't actually sure. I did try and Google your website or channel, but I couldn't find it. So if you could send me a link to your stuff, that would be great, because then it just helps me put a bit of context behind my answers. All right. So yeah, I did search for you, but all I got was terrain features. So yeah, if you could send me like another email of any links that you've got, then that would be great to your current YouTube or whatever it is you're doing. D. Meeper said, Jack Pinsky, you said in your list beforehand most of the times you're found out being over, yeah. And you'll be disqualified, yeah. Or maybe a yellow card potentially if it's just like, depends how big the error is really, or whether it's intentional and stuff. And that's at the TO's discretion if it gets caught before, or maybe just play without those models, they get pulled. Night of the Day 33, most productive man in lockdown. Well, I believe, you either reinvent yourself at this time, which I'm trying to do, or you let COVID-19 suffocate you, you know? So for me, I want to be positive, and hopefully by being positive and being productive and proactive, then hopefully you guys as well, you know, because you own, and this is something that positivity is very, what's the word? It's very influential into you, you know, it's very, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but when somebody around you is very positive, it's hard not to be positive, yeah? When somebody around you is very, very negative, then it's hard not to get drawn into that as well, okay? So by me being positive, hopefully you guys will be more positive, and you are only ever as good as the people around you, okay? Which is why you want to choose your circle of friends, and this goes for all things, your circle of friends very closely, okay? You want to be in groups of people that are going to push you, because when everyone is striving for excellence, excellence becomes the standard. When everyone around you strives for negativity and nothing, then nothing becomes the standard, yeah? So again, why I created the Academy, because I want to create a group of people that all strive to be excellent, so that the conversations are excellent, the practice is excellent, the learning is excellent, the execution is excellent, yeah? Rather than just trolls and everyone else that you get in Facebook groups and things. So yeah, it's all about surrounding yourself. So I want to be a good, representation of that as well. I'm going to turn up every day, do what I can, yeah, just work hard. Because really, let's be honest, life owes you nothing. It literally, you take from it what you put in. If you don't put anything in, you're not going to get anything out of it, yeah? You're not going to sit around and be handed everything you want. You have to go and knock down some doors and take it, really. So, Night of the Day, I'm just going to shut this blind a minute. Hang on a minute, we're going to open a window before I suffocate. And we're going to close that. Whew. Oh, sun's coming in from there now. How's that? That's better. Right. Bit of a breeze now as well. So, I was overheating here. So where do we get in the chat? Sorry about this, guys. So remember, guys, Paul Murphy's coming on Tuesday, 6 o'clock. So get your questions over for Paul. So 6 o'clock Tuesday, Paul Murphy from his incredible podcast as well, Force and Narrative. He's going to be on to chat to me and chat to you guys as well, which should be pretty cool. And I'll see who else I can get on as well, just for some random 40k chats, and you can ask them some questions. So. Prime Ali said modules. Oh, so let's go back and find your question. Have you got any plans to put out specific modules to be taken for a fee? So no, I don't have any plans to do that, because, for example, I'm now looking at redoing a lot of the original content, just like sprucing it up, making it look a lot better. But for example, I'm going to explain how I talk about units and all the code words that I use and the keys and stuff in one of the first lessons. So then when we come to look at units, you know the keys, the codes, the color systems that I use, how I organize everything. So when we look at sisters, it's there. When we look at Space Marines, it's there. So I'd have to repeat myself every single time. And also, when you learn, knowledge kind of builds on the next thing. So I've kind of thought about it in such a way that it is really structured. And also, it would be, from a business perspective, it would be really, really difficult for me to predict income. And when you have that, that means in a business, it's very, very turmoil, which means that it's very unstable. And I wouldn't be able to solidly go, right, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And I'm going to put all of my efforts into it, because I would be constantly worried, how many sales am I going to get that month? Who's interested in that module? Who's not interested in that one? So it really wouldn't be a very good, viable option for me, where you're trying to create stability in a business where you've got then potential for growth. Okay, so that's kind of my current thinking. I will be doing masterclasses. They're going to be different, where if you're already on the academy, you're going to get access to that for free anyway. But if you want to just jump on, let's say, the Blood Angel masterclass, if you're a Blood Angel player, then yes, that will be at a separate fee. Okay, but so some elements are, but yeah, not like individual modules or whatever. And it'd be far too hard for me to actually, I'd need to create a course for every single module, and the amount of time and admin that would take just to set up a course. I'd need payment links for every single one. It would just be so difficult. I'd need like a separate app for, because I've got the Vanguard Tactics app, then yeah, basically it'd just be so difficult to do that for all of them. Right, where are we now? Chris Rogers ordered Prophecy of the Wolves to start an Orc Army. How would you Gaz in a half decent list? Would I run Gaz? I think that's what you're asking me. Well, you need to listen to this interview of me and Rich Kilton, because we spoke about Gaz in length. So yeah, listen to that, and that will sum it up all for you basically. And that will come out over the next couple of days. I'm pretty keen to get that one out sharpish, because it's a great interview. Had some ideas on your video about that guy. I'm thinking a parody of types of people you meet. It does have to be comedy though. Oh yeah, I mean, we'll see if I can do it or not, but it would be funny. Yeah. But again, it's like Marmite, you either love it or hate it. I think that's that sort of stuff. They should have left our chaplains alone with the extra cast. Not sure what you mean. They should have left our chaplains alone. I'm kind of getting lost now, because you could be commenting on something I was talking about 20 minutes ago, because there are so many comments. To be honest, that guy comedy video is at odds with what you are trying to do with Vanguard Tactics and self-sabotaging move. Yeah, it could be like obviously you want to make sure that the channel is consistent with its approach. So yeah, it's just like little things I think of in, like when I talk to you guys in the chat, like you're just talking to me, like that's it. Like there's some of my thoughts and feelings about stuff. Just I like to keep it real and honest. Yeah. Night of the Day 33, Aratus. Us in a week, left Iron Hands nonsense go for months. The thing is with the Iron Hands is they really had to make sure it was the right move, because they did make a change quite quickly. When the book came out, it was only a few weeks. And then there was obviously, they still needed to see how much of a change that was. And then there was another one. So it is better to do it that for. And it actually came as a surprise. I thought we'd have to wait until the big FAQ, which comes out about this time every year. But I'm sure that's been put back because of, obviously, COVID-19. But that's normally around this time. And I thought we were going to have to wait till then. Gaz seems to be quite situational. He's a monster, can be healed by a pain boy, can go upstairs, can't go upstairs, no, in a ruins, and no bonus to charge at 285 points. Yeah. I would potentially agree. I need him, though his model is quality. So use his model, convert him up, maybe to another big boss. Yeah. Battle Scribe had the point cost of big shooters for Forge World wrong over a year. Double check your codex. Yeah. What about Crazy Sisters fighting list? What about it? What do you want to know? Venturous has said, "Evening, Stephen. Thanks for keeping us with these streams. I'm wondering what you or the tourney scene think of a well-converted model in games where they are, absolutely allowed. Give me an example. Like if you want to convert up your own Asuraman from loads of different Eldar models, then great. Like if you've put the time and effort into doing it, it's clear, it's on the right if it's on the same size base that it should be, if it's the right size height as it should be, or a little bit taller. I don't think you're ever going to get punished for having a slightly larger model. If you had a smaller model, then it's modeling for advantage. But yeah, no problem with that. As long as you then don't have the same model and using it for something else. Yeah, well, I use all of my infiltrator models, I use as incursors. Nobody's ever had a problem because I don't run infiltrators, I just run incursors. So it's very clear what they are. Pro Marley, can you briefly walk us through how you write a cheat sheet for Army? I mean, that is a video in itself. I'll make a note of that one, actually. That's a good topic. Topics. In fact, if you've got any topics for videos, how to create a cheat sheet. What else was I going to do? How to work out efficiency of characters. How to deal with somebody bad sportsmanship. Up today. So any more questions, please? Any more topic for ideas, let me know and I'll make those videos. Res Platoonist said, "Hi Stephen, big fan, thank you very much. Fellow Blood Angel player here. How do you deal with horde armies? You just get stuck in. Like hordes can't really kill you. And you get so many attacks from all your combat. Like there's not many units. Like even orcs can't and really struggle to kill Sanguinary Guard. Death Company, you'll get so many attacks fighting twice with exploding sixes and extra attacks. Like you've got the attacks to do it. You just need to get stuck in and make sure you strike at the right time in the right place. So yeah, like multi-charging, making sure that against a horde, you don't really need to worry about wrapping and trapping. So you just go in as hard as you can, fight twice, split your attacks up. So it means that if they're going to interrupt, they're not going to be doing it with a full strength unit, and then they're going to struggle with morale and stuff. So against the horde, it's quite easy. And then the Angelus bolt guns are great. So yeah, do quite well against that. Yeah, you just got to know where you're striking. Movement phase is key as well. So I've got a question here. I'll ignore the swear word because I can't say that. Question: I love to play 40k, but I find I play Tau, Riptide in Commander spam so boring and slightly unfair. What do you do if I play a worse list? People think I'm stupid. Mate, it's up to you. Just tell them, look, this is the list I want to try out. It's unconventional. And just get good with it. And then when you blow them off the table with your different list, or like, let's say you went for the Enclave, yeah, great. Farsight Enclave, go for that. I think that's a good viable list, and it's strong. But it's a bit out there. Maybe just take one Riptide rather than 3. Wayne has said, love the way you breeze over the fact that you're world ranked #1 with Blood Angels. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know how long I'm going to be #1 for, do I? So yeah, just got to take it while it's good. But yeah, I'm still very proud of that, and that was my goal for the year. I did say that at the start. Owen said, Steve, seeing you in the Tabletop Tactics live stream, Stephen, would be great to see you on there after lockdown ends. Really like the work you do and the positive mentality you promote. Yeah, honestly, I'd love to have a game against Lawrence again. So it's totally up to him if he wants to do that. But we live pretty close. Like, he lives 20 minutes away, so it'd be like logistically quite easy, but it's totally up to him. But super nice guy, and would love to play any of those guys. I think he mentioned something about, obviously they do a variety of things and I focus on competitive, but I mean, I'd be happy to sort of run whatever list really, just to have a good game and have a bit of a laugh with it. It doesn't have to be ultra competitive, or if you want to do a Tactica, keen to do that as well. What have we got here? What are the best HQ choices for Ultramarines? Like, is it worth named characters like Calgar instead of, apt Cal? The named characters of Ultramarines are the reason why you take Ultramarines, in my opinion. They're just so good. And I did a whole episode pretty much on Ultramarines. I suppose what you're trying to do is point out the intercessors are common, so I should have a way to kill them and also not pick units that similar stat lines, you just die the same, right? Yeah, exactly that, yeah. You want different units for different tasks, which is why on the Academy, I've got different keywords, so it's really obvious to go, okay, I need some of this, so I'll pick that unit, so you can see the color coordination in the icons and everything I've got, which is all snazzy, so yeah. Simona said, hi, the Academy modules are really good, and they set a very good mentality approach to the game. Really good, thank you. Oh, no, thank you very much, appreciate that. Owen said, on the main reason, in my opinion, to play Ultramarines the characters. Yeah, agree. Yeah, so taking Calgar is a 4 CP swing, because you don't have to pay 2 CPs to have a Chapter Master, and he gives you 2 CPs. It's a 4 CP swing, which is great. Simone has said, are you still planning to prepare the Blood Angel webinar? I am. I've gone over the content. I just need to film it now. So I need to film the masterclass, and then I'll do the webinar before it. So it'll be webinar leads into masterclass series. How does deployment work when you both just deploy simultaneously? Doesn't it work that way for certain missions? Wouldn't each person just constantly wait to see what the other one does? So how it works, Luke, is there's 2 types of deployment, or there used to be, but now there's only really one. So how it works now is we roll off, okay, and whoever wins can pick if they want to go first or second. Yeah, if you want to go first, then you have to deploy your whole army down. Yeah, so once you're done, then the person who's going second puts their army down. Now, in the other way, that used to be, it used to alternate. So you used to roll off, and then the winner used to pick the side, and the loser used to put down their first unit. So they would put 1 unit down. Once that unit's down on the table, the next person would put their unit down. So it is simultaneous, but within, it still alternates between unit to unit to unit to unit to unit until one person had no more units, and then the rest of the person would just put down all the rest of their units down. But what would happen is that, like, against a deep strike army, you'd go, okay, my first unit in deep strike. What's your unit? My next unit in deep strike. My next unit in deep strike. So some armies, like Grey Knights, wouldn't even put a unit down on the board. Or Gene Stealer cults would just put a blip down. Blip, you put a unit. Blip, you put a unit. Yeah. Whew, I'm getting tired now. I need a nap. Or more Monster. How's your dry brushing going? I'm not great at it. It's definitely not the brush. It's definitely me, but I need to get better. I think I was doing it on the wrong model as well. I need to do it on like a knight or something a bit more like a Chaos Knight could be quite good dry brushed, because it look all like grimy and dirty and like textured. Vanguard Tactics, hey there, I'm a new player and I choose Imperial Fists as a faction. 2 questions. Okay, let me know your questions. Owen Cohen cooked, yeah. Andreas, Eldar versus Raven Guard, who wins out of 10? It completely depends on the build, really, and the players using it. Complete depends. Like, there's so many ways you can play Eldar. You can go mech heavy, you can go like Shining Spear heavy, Dark Reaper heavy. Yeah. And do you mean Crafted Eldar or Witches or Dark Eldar or Harlequins? It completely depends. But mainly it comes down to the player, really. Oh, here's your question. Is Imperial Fists a competitive army right now? Absolutely. Fists are very strong, very competitive. Eldar support weapons, yay or nay? I worry about their durability. I have a list where with 3 night spinners, and I feel like I'm lacking anti-tank. Dark Reapers feel too fragile at the moment. I used to run 3 night spinners and fire prisms. That used to be quite good. Still good now. Crimson Hunters, they're good anti-tank. Waz has said, have sent you another email with more info, dude. Thank you very much. Absolutely no rush. We know you're busy, so whenever you get around to it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Andreas, how can we understand if a very good unit is actually good in our list? Yep, that's a good one. So is that unit right for you? Because you could have a, like, give you an example, the Leviathan Dreadnought. You know, I see it in the Blood Angels forum all the time. Oh, I'm thinking about adding a Dreadnought. What one should I add? Everyone goes, look, add a Leviathan, add a Leviathan. Yeah, he's good, but he's not right for you, mate. He's not right for Blood Angels. Nope. So just because he's good with Iron Hands doesn't, and Ultramarines and Imperial Fists and White Scars doesn't mean he's good with Blood Angels. Okay, so I think that's a really good topic, actually. Great suggestion. Video idea: what to do when you are completely screwed from a list versus list perspective, i.e. shooting army when they have. Okay, I kind of get what you mean. I actually did a video not too long ago. It was how to beat Space Marines, and it was exactly this. So what I'll do is I'll copy and paste that question, and we'll go over that. But what you can do against a bad matchup, how to play a bad matchup. What are your thoughts on Power Fists instead of Thunderhammers on Death Company? No. I used to like them until they got a points drop. And Thunderhammers are just, because you've got so much other D3 damage in your army, you need something that is consistent. And the Death Company give you that reliable, consistent result that you need. Yeah, they really do. You can't, like with the Sangers, you can give them the minimum damage to strat, but you can't do that on Death Company. Plus with Death Company, you've got the Fall on Fury, which means you can get them wherever you need to. And Thunderhammers are cheap and cheerful with those boys, so you just take them. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Power? Oh, I've already read that on question. Hello from the US. Evan, how you doing? Scott has said, the Incarn, would you recommend always running with his Warlord trait? No, not anymore. I used to, but not anymore. I don't think it's very good now. I can't even remember what it is, but I remember reading it like, oh, so disappointing. It used to be good when you used to get like the extra strength or the attack or whatever it was. Yeah, but now your brain's got it. It doesn't make any sense from a competitive standpoint. So yeah, I found fleshy colours and bone colours were the best way to go. Way to learn. I always keep odd envelopes by them to get all the excess paint off with the brush. Yeah, I just found there was too much texture build up, but I did actually go for bone armor on the Canoness. So it looked okay, but not amazing. It looked all right. Like, I'll put it on the tabletop, but I'm not exactly proud of it. You know, it'll do. Because I have one Canoness that's from a different what's it called? Brain's gone. Just brain's gone now. From a different thing. Chapter, whatever, and she can just be that. But appreciate that tip. Was idea for a topic, choosing the right relic and psychic powers. Okay, cool, nice. Love it. It's a good topic. Chaplain power. Yeah, I'll include all that. You like the mindset you should have when choosing your sideboard, basically. Okay, cool. I think that is all the questions. I think I've got through them all. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that there, 45 minutes. So again, thank you very much for joining in live. I'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock to answer your 40K questions. Yeah. Oh, I watched a video earlier about the Sisters Codex. He said about the Bloody Rose giving the Mortifiers and Pentanet engines an extra attack. But when I checked the Codex, they don't have the order keyword. No, they don't. That's correct. Yeah. It will not affect the Mortifiers or Pentanet engines. That is correct. Or Arcoflagellants, for that matter. Stay safe, dude. Safe safe. Greetings. Topic: what 6 starter boxes are worth it? Okay, cover that. No problem. Right, guys. Catch you later. Have a good one and enjoy the rest of your Sunday, whatever you're doing. And if you haven't done so, go and get some sunshine. We all need some vitamin D. Oh, here we go. There's another good one. Also, idea for a topic: how do you prepare physically for sustaining 3 game days? Yeah. I actually did a full interview with Chapter Tactics on nutrition and fitness for improving your performance. Yeah. Right, guys, take care, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for all your suggestions. And if you're watching back, keep them coming in. Love it. And I'll try and get those done as soon as I can.